Hello, everyone, and we're back. We're back as a
full team.
We're back to full capacity over here.
So where you been, lads?
Many places apparently. Too many places.
Oh, is that bleach?
Yeah.
Cock.
I don't know. It happened yesterday, and I was like, "Oh fuck! When did that happen?"
See, gone from travelling all around the world
To just-
to cleaning and
to
getting
bleaching
bleach on.
toilets.
Getting bleach on my joggers.
So gym life.
is a roller coaster of that is
Emotion?
life.
Yes.
Well, that's one way to put it. So,
Anywho,
given that I've been away.
Yes.
One thing that I think would maybe be apt to talk about is dieting and training on the on the road, on the travelling.
move.
Yes. So what would your guys' take be on that? Welcome back, by the way.
Now, are we talking travelling as in a day at work, or are we talking as in on a plane, fly away, and come back for many a day?
Yeah, like a day out of your average. Do you know what I mean? So whether that's car, plane, bus, train.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
Taxi.
with really funny enough, I was talking to somebody this morning about it, and really, it's down to preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do appreciate then if you're going to flights and beyond, that can cause some upset and some issue. But the thing is, depending on where you are in your, not even prep or your career, or that will make a big difference as well.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, well, two things. You say about being prepared, right? I think even just being prepared mentally, just thinking, I'm going to do this, like having a plan in place. Not necessarily having food on you, it's just having a plan in place mentally, so you just think, right, well, when I get here, I'm going to go here. When I do that, I'm going to do that. Like, it's, just not going off the deep end.
No, and the thing is, really, it's about making the right choices.
Yeah.
So as you say, if you haven't got your food prepped, or if all the food that you had prepped is now gone and you've eaten, but because I mean the thing is, really now, especially through the UK, but definitely abroad, because we travelled through most of Europe last year, the service stations,
we went to France.
Oh, right, yeah.
the service stations are so acceptant.
I suppose that's the thing now. It's
better.
You can get something in most places. It's very rare that you're just like...
You can make good choices rather than thinking, oh, well, I haven't got my food in me. Fuck it,
it's
I'll
like
have a chocolate bar.
Yeah, like we said...
or drive through McDonald's and just go for whatever you can, KFC, but it's just making those decisions.
You can make better choices in any scenario, really.
But so, obviously, if you can take your food with you, great. Or if you're going away for maybe a few days and you've got enough for one day, then it's find out, well, where's the local supermarket?
Yeah.
Whether that's in this country or abroad. It's quite easy to do these days. There's a thing called Google that, you can find things out on, believe it or not.
I suppose that's the thing, but even in just like, say, airports or service stations or anything, like, there's something.
Yeah, but a lot of airports now are actually having like little delis as you come out.
Yeah.
So even when we picked you up on Saturday, there was a Marks and Spencer's food hall.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally on the arrivals.
Even the restaurants themselves are different now. Like Subway do salads, and you can literally get a grilled chicken with some leaves. And it's.
So I don't think it's actually that difficult.
Yeah, I think you do, as long as you're mentally in check and know that, right, I'm going to be here and I'm going to do this, and you just have, like, the mentality of doing it properly, you can do it, Yeah. And oftentimes as well, because, travelling takes it out of you and everything, you can even, if you're not 100% bang on, you normally don't really notice it that much.
But as you say, the thing is, though, now you can literally get a ready-made salad.
Yeah.
Even, alright, it may not be the best, but even chicken slices, beef slices, you can get that more or less everywhere.
I think we said about it on one of these. Is this 4 or 5 now? 5. This is number 5.
Yeah, but we only put 3.
Yeah, but this is number 5. By the time this goes out, there will be another one. But like, we said about it, and it was the difference between perfect and sort of just good is, it's quite big realistically. But then at the same time, the result you see in the short term, it's not that different. You know, you had one day where you might have been technically a little bit off, but you're not going to notice that.
No,
you probably won't notice it for a while.
As long as over the long run you're doing the right things.
And like you say, there's a big difference between just saying fuck it versus just being like, oh well, this isn't what I'd normally have, but it's decent.
I remember, like...
No, you don't.
I do. No, but when we were travelling around the country doing all the shows, I was prepping.
What, like last year?
I was prepping for a show. I'd had food with me, but the show that we were at went on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So then I was due a meal, so what did we do? We stopped in Burger King, and I asked them just to give me the meat of the burger in between bloody slices of lettuce instead of the bun. And
it's like, that's not perfect, but that's decent enough.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the thing. I think even I remember because I used to come around with you to a lot of those shows for like a couple of years, and probably like my first say half the year of doing it, I just ate shit any of those days, and then one day it was like, well, no, like it's literally just the mentality switch of, oh no, let's do these days properly.
Yeah.
So then you prep a little bit of food, and then when you realise you're going to be in the service station, you just say, oh, I'm just going to go here, not here, or I'll make this choice, not that choice. And it's not that difficult, you know?
And that really isn't just necessarily about travelling, because a lot of girls and boys will have occasions and celebrations through their prep.
Yeah.
You know, and even, oh, well, I can't go. Well, of course you can go. You either take your food with you, or whilst you're there, you make wise decisions.
Yeah, totally. Or, well, even just say, social life and things like that in general. It's like, you can do it. And up to a certain point. If you're 2 weeks out from a show, then it's very different than just, day to day.
But it doesn't have to be. I mean, do you remember Dad's, sister got married the day before his show?
I was 3, I don't remember.
Yeah, but again, we couldn't not go.
Yeah. Well,
so we just, we couldn't. So of course we just prepped his food and took his food with us.
True.
So it was
like you can still go, or even.
But then it still didn't mean that he couldn't enjoy himself, and we didn't have a laugh, and we had fun.
Or even, well, people thought you were dying, but that's a different.
That's a different side.
Yeah, but like you say, even down to if you're just trying to live a healthy, fit life, blah blah blah. It's like, you can do that and still go out. You don't need to. Be a
go to the cinema. But when you go to the cinema, don't go straight to the pick and mix and do $30.
Yeah, there is that.
That's it. Almost thinks, well, if I go to this, I've got to do it. Well, no,
it's like, no, you don't.
We've done that before. We've taken food with us to the cinema.
Yeah.
It's like, or the fucking film's only an hour and a half.
I can manage.
You don't have to fucking eat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but as I said, it's not a case of don't socialise. And don't enjoy life just because you're on prep or you choose to eat
or even
in
down
one manner or the other.
Meal timings. People are like, oh, well, my meal's then. It's like, have it half an hour later, have it an hour later. Like, you'll be alright.
Okay, you'll survive.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the thing. Even still now, there's probably quite a lot of people who still get caught up in being strict for just strictness' sake.
Yeah.
Is that a word, strictness?
It is now.
Just having structure for the sake of it.
Yeah, but as you say, structure is great, and you can still be as structured as you like. But there is always and will have to be opportunities for
flexibility. Yeah,
because sometimes, as we know, my client this morning, literally 2 minutes before she was due in, she had to go to pick up a little boy who's broken his arm.
Yeah.
Wasn't planned. Oh well, deal with it.
Yeah,
but that's what you'd have to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You can't sit there in A&E and go, sorry, got to stop you all there.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I think structure is good in that, like, if you have ingrained sort of habits and blah, 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 that can help you adhere to it over the long term. But, like, just because your structure gets fucked by, like, half an hour, it's literally no reason to just chill. Just chill the fuck out.
And really, a lot of the
either
time...
don't worry about it, or you can even have your next meal half an hour earlier.
It's just like whatever. Like, you'll be okay.
Come the end of the day, as long as your food has gone in,
100%. Yeah, and as well, like, people tend to eat like 4 to 6 meals is all fairly standard. So it's like, even if you know, whatever, you drop down to 3. It's like, don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes even
You'll
if
be
that
okay.
happened to me, if I was prepping for shows, so I had 5 meals instead of 6 one day, the next day I might eat 7 meals. But the thing is, it evens itself
the thing,
out.
like, you don't think long term enough, or people in general don't think long term enough in terms of their diet. It's like, well, all right, you might have under-eaten that day, over-eaten that day, but over the course of the week, you're good. Like, you're essentially perfect.
Yeah, the way in my head, not so much deal with it, but it was like, well, it's good to have that, you know, undulation in calories because my body wasn't like just on the same thing.
And I mean,
all
like,
the time.
realistically, it probably didn't make a difference either way.
Well, no.
It was just, hey, like, I underate one day, overate the next.
By stressing about it, it's actually going to be more detrimental.
And realistically, the food the meal you probably had wasn't that calorie dense.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the difference in 1,000 calories.
If you're caught short, as in you're out and about and you can't get anything that's quality, and you end up perhaps at our occasions you will pick up something that's not the best, but don't worry about it. We'll use all those extra calories you took in that day for your next training session.
I said so much earlier. Yeah. You know, rather than beating yourself up.
What? You said so much.
Well, yeah, I said something similar earlier.
Sometimes you'll have them come in, they go, oh, well, I didn't. I said, well, I can't stick my hand down your throat and get it out. This has gone in. It's done.
But you say
what
what
we
happens,
can do is utilise it.
And people almost give themselves almost that bit of an eating disorder. Oh, shit, I overate. I'm going to go and do 3 hours of cardio.
Yeah, absolutely
or,
not.
You know, God forbid, make myself sick. Or, well, don't worry about it. As you always say, well, use that extra and have a fucking hard training session.
Exactly.
So you need that extra fuel.
Yeah, but then it's win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no negatives in that then. No. So of course, if I've got that extra fuel in you, as I said, go in there and just absolutely kill it. So, all right, I've actually utilised that extra food and I've had a better workout than if I probably... Yeah. So, you know, but that's it in a nutshell, is don't beat yourself up to the extent that it becomes an issue. And if you feel that you have to go and do 2 or 3 hours cardio to get rid of it, that is worse than just rising it out.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing, even just... That's purely a mental thing, realistically. Like the 3 hours of cardio, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you know, that's not going to... It's probably, not going to, like, just undo anything. And it's just, well...
But the trouble is, once you've... And I've seen it before, that once somebody has felt that they can almost erase what they've done by that doing their cardio, before you know it, it's happening a couple of times a week through... And not because if it's an accident or because it's pressure or,
it's just like,
I'm out and I can't get out and what I need, then it's just almost like...
Well, I'll just do a bit more cardio.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a vicious circle because cardio is pretty appetite stimulating. Yeah. So it's like you'll just be hungrier and be more likely to fuck up and then... Do you know what I mean?
You get caught in it.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose if someone is just fucking up constantly, it's probably just something they need to look at in their diet.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you constantly fucking up? It's like, oh, well, I'm only eating lettuce. It's like, well, you should probably look at that.
Exactly.
You know,
revisit the whole thing and see what's...
Yeah, and I suppose everyone is likely to fuck up at some point. You know, like...
Yeah, but it isn't necessarily fucking up. As you say, if it's becoming an issue, you need to revisit.
No, but, you know, the isolated fuck up. You know, like, you know, maybe, so, say, for instance, like, you just sat at the house, it's Christmas time... There's your kids' Terry's chocolate orange lying around, and you just eat the 2 of them, right? Like it happens to the best of us, you know. But like,
you are such a prick.
You know, I'm just saying. You know, but that's the thing. Like it happens, doesn't it? Whereas if you were like, for every Friday night, be like, give me some fucking.
Jeez, you should have seen a pub.
I know, no, but that's the thing. You used it to have a good training session, but it's like if you were thinking every night, thinking fuck, like. Give me some chocolate, like constantly doing it. It's like, well, right, let's maybe look at the rest of your food, you know?
One time.
No, but that's the thing, one time, like, don't worry about it. Like, that's like saying, you know, is isolated incidents are a thing, you know? And by now, it makes no difference.
No, of course, that's just long gone, that have.
Yeah, exactly, because it was December, now it's March, and...
I've still been reminded of it.
Yeah, exactly. Just a side note, you did get bought 6 Terry's chocolate orange off a client.
Yes. But of course, the thing is, though, that is it in a nutshell. And you can actually tell me when that happened because it was so isolated.
Yeah, 100%. And it's isolated because you've ingrained those habits, and then your diet is sufficient for you in general. Like you say, if you weren't eating enough and you didn't have these habits in place, it might happen more.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. I think people
but of course,
probably
you say that's then it gets to that point that we are away, or we've got a trip in mind, but it's rolled out longer. We've eaten all the food, but I just always know you can always stop in the services anywhere and pick up a piece of chicken.
Yeah, 100%.
So
that's
cool.
where you go back to, as you just said about making something sustainable for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you go back to the diet or a nutrition plan. The best one for you is the one you can actually stick to.
Yeah, 100%. That's cool. That's it in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people will jump to, I can't diet because of my lifestyle. It's like, well, no, you can't diet a certain way.
Yes.
Because of the way your job or work, blah blah blah, your job or work is.
Yeah, but as you say, really, if you're travelling and you are travelling abroad, by the time you get there, you will be knackered.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the flight wasn't that long, but no doubt you've been up hours and hours before to get to the airport, to get that much in time. Eating all your food, blah, 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 and you get over to the other side of where you're going, and then, because you're so tired, you do end up just picking up any old crap.
Yeah, but it's like, well, if you just plan ahead in your mind, even just think, right, well, I'll take something for the plane, and then when I get off, I'll do this, and you just have this plan in place rather than just getting to 2 o'clock in the morning, you haven't eaten it all day, and it's like, all right, fuck it, let's go there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Shorter one today, but all good. You're about to go train.
Yes.
And where are you training?
We're training back today.
Yeah.
Back this afternoon, rowing.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
Is it?
The video on your new training split.
Yes.
Your banana split. Cool.
Interesting.
Cool. Thank you for listening.
Peace. Thank you.